Hello my fellow gamers and welcome to our third and final match between me and Pharoah Owar. It's been a very exciting series, and if you haven't seen any of the episodes yet, go and watch them, definitely worth it. But this is the final one and I thought I'd bring in the real muscle, you know, guaranteed victory using the orcs. But he went wood elves, and I can't stand wood elves. I can't stand them, and I'll explain a little bit later into the video why. It's got nothing to do with the game, it's to do with tabletop. So anyway, this is my army. It's a pretty nice big elite army. Quickly go through what I've got, because now I've got the paintbrushes. I'm still enjoying that. So the front rank is 450 orc boys, because you know, can't get better than that. You've then got 120 black orcs, just had to double check my notes there. And the Crimson Killers, which are the Regiment of Renown Black Orcs. You've then got 136 Arab Boys, one group here, one group here. We've then got Grimgor the Ironhide, because why wouldn't you? And then you've also got an Orc Shaman, who for some reason I deployed in front of my whole army. He kind of like scouted ahead, saw the wood elves and went, they're that way. And of course I've got, not just any arachnid, but the arachnid queen herself. Isn't she a beauty? Yep, she reminds me of my mother, alright. So, I've actually probably looked at the details on the models. But anyway, distractions. Let's go over to the sickening wood elves. So here's one part of his force. He's got 150 Eternal Guard with shields. With the Arab Boys, a very good idea. 18 Tree King. That's kind of all mixed up because elves like trees and nature. Right. Get over that. Beside them, you've got 120 Ward Archers, group there, group here, and then behind you've got 150 Wildwood Rangers. His commander is a Glade Lord with horse, yep, and we got a Spell Singer of Life with an amazing haircut. I mean, how much hair dye do you think she needs to get that fluorescent like that? And I just noticed as well, she's riding like a proper lady as well. I like that. I didn't even notice that. That's a nice little detail. But this is not all they have. No! We have a hidden force over here. In this little hidden force, there's 90 Wild Riders with shields and 45 Glide Raiders with Hagbane tips. Now, I don't actually have the Wood Elf DLC because one, it hasn't been on sale yet, and two, it's Wood Elves. But I don't know what the Hagbane tips are. Hagbane tips. So, it'd be great if someone could tell me what they actually do. But what was great is I learned from Pharoah Owar and I deployed to Warm Edge using the hill. Meaning this ambush group can't do anything at the minute. So, let's get up to normal speed, get that music running. Well, actually what we do is, while they're getting into position, we'll do the YouTuber's tip of the day. So, one I didn't realise, very good advice, is Orc Boys worth 450 gold. If you get normal goblins, the default normal goblins are worth 300. Promote them up to just behind 400, 450. So that I think that's silver level 3. Not only do they have 30 more models than the Orc Boys do, they have a metal shield compared to wooden. So instead of deflecting 30% of the arrows, they deflect over 50% of the damage, which is huge, especially when you think they've got more models. And at silver level 3, they're quite close to stats to an Orc Boy, including leadership. He's gone over there now. I didn't even think he had guys there, but oh, and he's just doing a. That is not cool, not cool at all, Pharaoh. But yeah. So he advised me it might be worth, instead of having all Orc Boys, get goblins and pair them up. Also, he's got cavalry, quite good cavalry, and big guys. I have no spear. I have no anti-large. I was thinking, I've got Orc Boys, they do everything. Because you can see, I'm trying to see if I can get them to me. The cavalry have now come out. And I saw these and just thought, well, they're going to move up here and just park here. And his main army's going to go over here. And suddenly, it's whichever way I go, he'll get me in the bag. That's the remains of my orcs there. That's gonna happen. So I've got to make a choice. Do I go for the main force? Do I go for that? Or do I split them? Problem is, remember, I've got nothing that's fast enough for the cavalry. They will just outrun me. Look at them on their stags. It's not as elegant as a moose. While my subscribers will understand that. He loves the idea of riding a moose, but I'm sure these will do. So at this point, we've kind of taunted each other, seeing what we're going to do, see who moves. So I'm waiting for him. You've slightly annoyed that orc now. Uncalled for. She's got his cavalry in a prime position. At this point, I'd go, well, let's just go for it. So we just run for it. I've got enough big black orcs with their big axes. They should be fine. And I've got the queen. She will lead us to victory. Now, I love the way he's using the wood tree kin to break up the charge. Spawn some spiders because I could. Look at them in the door. And I thought I'd run them in because then they can start attacking. Become a bit of a nuisance and then my guys can follow. But as you can see, his cavalry immediately moving for the kill. Let's get a good camera. Boom. Straight in. But I did have some orc boys behind. But even that, it doesn't really matter. And I've missed the main charge. I'm sorry. Alright. Where's the shaman doing? What's he doing? What is he doing? I've no idea, but I've got my archers shooting into the flank here, which I was very happy with. The black orcs that I knew could hold the line, so I didn't mind that. There we go. Boom. Even though my guys, the orc boys, are breaking, but look at the damage I did. That's very nice, very nice. And I've got the Arab boys shooting. The queen's kind of sitting back. These guys are just holding back to keep the cavalry there. That was the whole point of that. Still got a little spiders in there. Fantastic. I'm now doing like wargs and all that. This guy's charging in to break them up. I've also summoned more spiders and got behind them so they got a nice rear charge. And you can see the leadership's now dropping. Where's that? That's the orc shaman. This flank's kind of broke. I mean, to be fair, if you had a giant spider there, wouldn't you be freaking out? So he started sending in his wildwood rangers, which are, I believe he said, do have anti-large. Yeah, anti-large and armor piercing. He did kind of warn me about them, saying if you let me get into combat, they will kill him. So he tries to charge, and she runs off, and I get everything in the way. These guys are still hacking through, but they just don't have the power. And they're being shot in the back as well by his guys. What are you guys doing? There's a unit right here. No, they're just going to let them be charged. Okay, then I've got archers and orc boys that fled. These treekin, oh no, they're the wildwood rangers. They're just not breaking. They're surrounded, and they're just not breaking. That is impressive. These treekin just wouldn't break, and in comes the cavalry. Are they going to do a rear charge? Nope. The spider's got to break it up a little bit. They still get in there, and orc boys break instantly from that attack. Which they're orc boys. I mean, you would have thought goblins. Oh, they got really poor leadership, but apparently, if you buff them up to orc cost, they're nearly as good as the orcs anyway, but you can get more of them. So yeah. Oh, he does a nice web to... Does that actually stop him? It's the same thing, I assume so. These guys are running. Shaman is just buffing them the whole time. I was just buffing them. This flank is finally won. As you can see, they're actually well, there's just so many black orcs and things like that. I mean, he's got groups here just holding, you know, doing the right thing by charging after them. What's going on here? Oh, his commander was in combat with all... Oh, they were Arab boys, but look at the damage they've done. He is not good in combat, is he? Not at all. They finally broken. This guy's having a good time with these, and the Black Orcs are getting involved with these guys, trying to finish them off. Where's Grimgore? Where is he? I don't know, but these guys have just charged in. He didn't realise his spell singer was in combat with Black Orcs. This is not a good thing. Well, flying them around quite nicely. The Queen, she's taking quite a bit of damage. Quite a bit of damage here. Let's go in the camera mode. There we go, that's better. But you got Black Orcs everywhere, and he was shouting their curses all the time. Look, I got spiders into combat of those guys and then charged. But now he's getting all the big guys to try and take him out. C is now surrounded. I don't know if she actually gets out or not. I can't remember. Let's hope not. For the betterment of all of the world. He's sending these guys in. They've got to save her. She's pushing her way out. Oh, there's Grimgor. He's having a good time. But now, the Crimson Killers are actually breaking. They've broken because they got charged in. His cavalry doing an amazing job. These guys, there's a big group here, and they're not fighting them, which is a bit odd. But, I mean, kills at the moment, we've got 200 each. Oh, and the Queen has decided she's had enough after being shot repeatedly. These Orc boys are leaving. I think they're mainly getting exhausted. To the point, yeah, they're all absolutely exhausted. The Elves just keep going and going and going. And there's not much left, really. He is determined. Unlike my mistake with the Shaggoth, he is going to finish that Queen off. So, I don't think he's going to. She's quite a fast one. But you can see, you can doubt how he's dominating. Though the kills are about the same. The Black Orcs are hacking through. The Black Orcs are hacking through that one. You've got Shaman, you've got Grimgor here. Oh no, that's the Shaman. Grimgor's over here with his men. Makes sense. He wanted to kill the Shaman as well because he knew he kept buffing them. But you can, yeah, it's slowly going in his favour now. It's a real shame. I've got about a minute and a half left. I mean, just shows you how good these guys are. I mean, Eternal Guard of Shields have been beaten by a Shaman. It's not really meant to be in close combat, but these guys are finally breaking now. What's left of them? 17 Black Orcs left there. These guys, I just couldn't kill these Treekin. Just couldn't get rid of them. As you can see, I mean, there's 5 there, 9 there. I've barely touched them. There were 18 at the start. Now there's 14, so I've killed 4. They've netted my Shaman, which is just cruel and unusual. And yeah, this is pretty much the battle now. It's just, they've broken, and they've gone. And the cavalry are cleaning up the mess here. And all that's left is this little pocket of resistance, the Black Orcs and Grimgor. Unfortunately, not as close as the second game. I would admit that was the best game out of the 3, but it was still an enjoyable game, and we both enjoyed it. Good fun. Pharoah Owar. As you can see, he didn't just go with cheese because he knew I wasn't such a great player, and he gave me some really good advice, good pointers about the game, which of course overall made the whole thing more entertaining for everyone. So let's go as the Black Orcs have given up on him. It's just him now. Come on, can he kill anyone before he goes down? Nice. Do they stand back up? No, he just killed all 3 in that one swing. Whoa, that was a bit mean. Rode into him. And there we go, we have a valiant defeat, which, unlike the first match, I do feel like a valiant defeat was, you know, the Treekin, I just couldn't break them. And his cavalry, I had nothing to counter that, which was a shame. There you go, Grimgor with 54, I mean, I cost them the 500 losses, that's worth it, stupid elves. So, 54 kills for Grimgor. And the Black Orcs, and the Orc boys did nothing. I mean, the Black Orcs, 83 kills, 87 kills, 44. The Crimson guys ran quite quickly. One group of archers didn't do anything. They done alright. But really, like, Black Orcs, I could have probably had some goblins at the front instead, which would have deflected more of the shots, and then spent the extra cost on cavalry. Definitely. I mean, the Arachnok Queen, I think I used quite well. I kept spawning spiders over behind his guys and got rear charge, or spawned him in his cavalry. So suddenly they were in combat, he didn't realise, and then I got the charge in. But we go over his lord, 85 kills. That is brilliant. The spell singer that almost died, 5. And you can see they all got quite... Look, oh no, that's the Wildwood Rangers, 72 and 102 kills. His cavalry, 180, 187. His Treekin, 40... These were lacking, 10 kills. 10 kills they got. These guys have got nearly 5 times as many kills. You need to show that. So, yeah, overall, really good. I mean, remaining, he only had 130. I had 100. I'm Orcs. We can't technically lose. If we win, we win. If we run away, so we can fight and win another day, and if we die, it doesn't count, so we can't physically lose. And another one to quickly go into the reason why I hate Wood Elves. Simple. Back in the Games Workshop, I was a young child, had an Empire army, freshly painted. First game where they were training me, played against Wood Elves. What did the little brat do? Made them run around my nicely painted army and just shot me from the sides. That was my first intro to fantasy. It was not a good one. I actually couldn't physically attack him because in fantasy, the tabletop, before they changed it to Age Sigma, you had to charge before you can move. So I had to keep moving to face them, and each of them moved to the flank, and I couldn't see them. But anyway, rant over. Ever since, can't stand Wood Elves. Don't have the DLC, and they just annoy me so much. But Pharoah Owar, thank you so much for those 3 games. Absolutely brilliant. I think the viewers have really, really enjoyed it. And it's just been great to have you on the channel. It really has. And yeah, just the kind words and the compliments, the things you've taught me, absolutely fantastic. So people, if you've not been to Pharoah Owar's channel, go check him out. I'm working through every video he's ever made because he goes into the real detail about why he does things, how he does things, how the mechanics works, so you can win more games. I mean, those 2 games were closer because I learnt off him. So yeah, he won all 3 games. Spoiler if you haven't seen the other 2. Why haven't you seen the other 2 yet? But yes, spoilers, he won all 3. But the other 2 were a lot closer, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much, Pharoah Owar. You will be back on the channel again, I guarantee it, because I really enjoyed playing against you. So thank you so much, and thank you all you viewers for coming on both our channels and jumping across and seeing what the other side was like. I hope it was really good from your point of view to see what I was doing and why, and then seeing what he was doing and why. And yeah, 2 different ways of editing and doing the videos. Thank you very much for that. Right, I'm going to wrap this up because it's been going on far too long. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you've not checked Pharoah Owar, check him out. Then you will sub because his videos are just brilliant. And I hope to see you next time. Till then, take care.